bit there. That's okay. Nothing felt like the sound was weird there. No, we're good. All right, Pot of Gold, welcome back. I'm Brett. I'm here with Mike Grant, the intern, with a list of notes. Got notes for the game, egg sandwiches and coffee in the studio for some.
Bourbon.
LSU finally does it, Mike. Just get after it.
Oh,
good morning. Happy
morning.
Labor Day.
Yeah. Wow. Emotions obviously have been running wild the past couple nights, past couple days, all weekend really. And I told you this when we first walked in here. The dopamine hits are not hitting on Twitter today because we've overdosed.
There's been nothing better than to just take in all the national content. Like for years and years, this first game, LSU loses, and you're just like, I don't want to watch any of this. I'm gonna dabble in a little Pate. I'm gonna see what Brandon Walker says, and it's just gonna hurt my feelings more.
Yeah.
And yesterday was the total opposite. It was the most glorious day of college football you could ask for, with LSU winning, Alabama getting bullied.
Oh yeah. Bama's done.
Arch Manning provided great content in the morning. Uncle Rico, you were first on that. No,
yeah.
Not Twitter official, but you texted that well before I saw it on Twitter.
If I had the technology from an airplane to sit up there and put a GIF together of Rico and a side-by-side, I would have done that.
No, you had it. What a fun game. Brian Kelly finally gets it done. All the 1-0 nonsense on the T-shirts and on the bags. And you know, a day or two before the game, there's some like interview in the indoor, and they find that we've like pasted the names and numbers and faces of all the Clemson D linemen on the bag.
Reese ate that up.
And everyone was so ready to just drag LSU down.
You don't just waltz into Death Valley.
And
we're just waltzing in, Reese. We didn't prepare.
Poor little old Lou Holtz in a tuxedo. It's the only guy who picks LSU because it was just everything was just so perfectly wrapped up for everyone to just have to 180, and all of a sudden, and I think it might be a minor overcorrection. But now everyone in the world's like, well, obviously this is the best team on the planet. And that's a little concerning.
Well, it's because they all thought the same thing. They all were like, yeah, LSU's probably going to be really good. We think Nussmeier's going to be good, but they're not beating Clemson, right? So the minute we donkey Clemson, right, that score should have been at least, I don't know, 14 to 21 more points.
Yeah.
And everyone knows that.
But it is a little concerning that it didn't happen. Because like I was saying earlier, it was very close to being like, oh my God, how did LSU lose this game? They totally dominated.
A play away. I don't want to go overtime there.
No, I agree. And I said that in the time, like, God, I don't want to go to overtime. You think that Dabo would kick the extra point and go to OT, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I did find it funny, and that's just so stupid to jump this far into the game. But the last drive of the game, Clemson's driving down, and it's like Fowler goes, you might not want to score too fast. And it's like, well, no one's fucking scored tonight.
Yeah.
So I don't know that like a minute 15, and you know, granted, I would have a minor sense of confidence that Nuss would at least give us a chance at a field goal, whatever. But it was just so funny to be like, brother, points are hard to come by in this game, so we're not slowing it down with a minute 20 left. That one kind of cracked me up.
I did almost shit my pants in the beginning of that last drive, when all of a sudden Gilbert was back on the field. I was like, is Halsey like, what happened to Halsey? Like, this is the final drive. But then he got out pretty quickly. I don't know what was going on there, but regardless, kudos to Gilbert for holding it down in the first half. You know, yeah, he might have had like a couple of missed tackles, whatever. But man, we'll get into this.
As a whole, the defense tackled incredible.
The safety play was elite.
Yes.
It was all elite.
Secondary.
The secondary was locked down.
I mean, you put a true freshman Pickett out there, and I had no idea he was on the field.
Yeah, it looks like Stamps is the odd man out.
It does probably seem that.
No.
Not much.
Woodland was all over.
It was Woodland and Delane, and then they rotated Pickett.
The I feel like the most I have ever watched an LSU football game, the amount of rotation. So many people played in that game. I mean, the wide receivers, Parker, Anderson, had no catches. Shout out to him, did a lot of blocking.
Great blocking. Parker with great blocking. Destin Hill with the start.
But like on defense, I felt like we rotated so many people. There were different numbers on the line. I could not figure out Ahmad Bro. Every fucking time I'm like 16, 16, 16. And I like
he lost contain a couple times. But
it's rough. But as
it's
a
good
whole,
depth. It's great depth.
Yeah,
and there's not a big drop off across the board.
Gooden was mostly as advertised.
Gooden was an animal the whole night. Go back and just watch 88 the whole time. It was pretty disgusting.
I don't know that Pyburn had many stats whatsoever, but I thought he played super well.
You bring up let's just dive into this. So, and this is one of my bullet points that I have here. When the defensive players aren't making plays, they're destroying a blocker. And it's selfless swarming to the ball football where they're just so physical across the board. You don't see guys like, oh, this is not my play to make, just kind of hanging out around the pile. Like they're taking on blocks, they're doing their assignments, they're opening gaps for guys like West Weeks. Yeah. West Weeks was playing his ass off, physical, not just width. Everybody that rotated in knew exactly what their job was, and they did it to a T.
There was a confidence that we haven't seen in a long time. And look, again, I'm not sure that Clemson is this world beater team that everybody put them up as preseason. So it's like, I'm not all of a sudden 15-0, blah, blah, blah. LSU, I said before we kick this off, I'm pretty sure that LSU is everyone's toughest game on their schedule. And that doesn't mean you win them all, but it's like, God, dude, this team plays with a lot of fire and confidence, and it's fun to see. That's as good a defensive performance as I can remember watching an LSU defense since 2011.
Power Football, was it the PFF?
Yeah.
PFF grades.
Yeah, so they have like a show now. I didn't know that they actually like do that, but that's
everyone's got a podcast, Michael.
That's the highest graded defensive score that they have had LSU football as a whole since 2014.
They said 11 years or something like that.
Yeah. 2014.
Yeah. Delane.
So
dog.
So on the defense as a whole,
dog.
Cooley,
dog.
Past years, you were like, God, we just have that one or two weak links. There was no like
every level.
You weren't lined up even in the fourth quarter. You're like, God, I hope they don't go at this person. I hope they don't run it this way. It's like everyone was pretty sound, like you said, doing their jobs. I did notice we blitzed the hell out of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we brought, and it wasn't like, oh, we brought a linebacker up the middle. We brought 7 sometimes.
We brought PJ Woodland through the B gap in the first drive and left the receiver just to do his thing.
I saw that, I said, oh, we know.
Blake Baker was dialed in. He knew the fucking plays.
That also means he trusts our defensive, like obviously our defensive backs held their own. There wasn't a time when we blitzed where I felt like, oh God.
No, I agree.
The amount of ground that those blitzers ate up.
I don't know
Perkins and Weeks and
Woodland. You said his name. I was gonna say I don't know how long we've been going, but it's been too long before we mentioned Harold Perkins' name.
The boy's back.
I said preseason that I was a little slow. I was slowing it down. I was worried maybe he wouldn't be that 100% athlete right away coming off the injury, and I was wrong. Like he was as athletic as he's ever been.
His spy game is
sick. It's back to his freshman year, but the fact that we know who he is, that's why it's not being hyped up. Can you imagine if that's just a freshman, unknown kid coming in, number 7, and making those type of plays? He's all over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right now, he's all over everybody's timeline. But because it's Harold Perkins and we expect it, quote unquote, it's kind of getting glossed over. But that was the sack on Klubnik got the ball out. Like that was a veteran type of quarterback to get the ball out. Also, we should have had twice the amount of sacks.
That, and there also should have been 1 or 2 grounding calls that were just non-existent. Can you turn my headphones up? Like I'm on number 2.
Those refs were just disgusting.
Yeah, the refs were disgusting. Thank you.
And the guy Gotros from Lafayette.
Yeah,
I don't like
makes
that.
Sense.
I don't like
makes
that.
Sense.
Yeah, what a fun game. I mean, we haven't mentioned a single thing about the offense, and that's what's so awesome.
Because I feel like the offense
we can get to that
is such a unit that it's a rhythm unit. Once they're in a rhythm, you're not stopping it. Like when Nuss is feeling it and the O-line is like the O-line was so much better than expected.
Yes.
Like the fact that they went against this best defense in the country,
3
best
first-round
defensive
draft
line in the
picks.
nation, right? That's all we talk about is that Clemson's D-line is better than any SEC D-line. They're the best across the board. Did we get worked a couple times? Sure.
And I think
But
we
Nuss's
game
pocket
planned.
presence.
I think we game planned to not put so much pressure on that because all preseason we heard about explosive plays. We really kind of did more quick. So we ran more screens than I ever would have guessed in my entire life. And maybe some of that's Nussmeier and maybe some of that's Sloan. I'm still not sitting here beating the drum that Joe Sloan's an elite OC today.
No, not yet.
But I think they did a great job of game planning a lot of those type of screens or at least options for Nussmeier to help out the offensive line. Having said that, Adams cannot go down.
Yeah. No,
Adams cannot go down.
That's why I'm hopeful that eventually one of the freshmen, Solomon Thomas or Carius Kern,
did Kern play?
No. I
So
don't
he
believe
must still be
snap.
like out,
maybe
like with whatever injury.
What is that?
That was the chair. We didn't get
It's
a
like
real
the dog
injury
got out.
report. I think he.
You think he's hurt?
I think he's hurt, not injured.
Yeah. Well, irregardless, Weston Davis had a long night, but he made up, like he didn't quit.
Yes.
It was like, hey, I'm beat, but I'm going to club you inside. And the fact that he was able to do that kind of stuff, Nuss is so in sync with those guys that like he managed the pocket. Like you're supposed to step up in the pocket in that situation, but he knew Weston's about to get beat here. He's going to club him inside. Let me come outside here.
Yeah.
Like they had a nice dance going and that bought him time. No one was dominant, but the rhythm that they were in and how cohesive he was with that group was amazing. And then the running game early in the first half, even when it looked like we were struggling, Barry and Brown had a procedural penalty that stopped an amazing run by Caden Durham that was blocked to perfection. Whenever Xavion Thomas, going back and rewatching the game, if you had to give an offensive MVP, it was Xavion Thomas. Like the fact how versatile he was to get in the backfield, the way he cuts up the field and moves his body laterally through those holes and squeezes those gaps and then has the breakaway speed to pull away. He is a nightmare in the backfield. And then you mix in Juwan Johnson, the steadiness of
he played
Durham.
more than I was anticipating.
Those are going to be those three.
Juwan had an entire drive.
Yeah,
Xavion, Juwan, and Caden Durham are your three backs.
Was he our leading receiver?
Could have been.
No, he was
or
second.
Anderson.
Second. Okay. And yeah, I was just about to mention it, and his name's right there. Shout out Aaron Anderson for being exactly who we thought he was, the most dependable target that Nuss has and makes every play you need. When Chris Hilton had the false start, literally 99% of the time that's a touchdown. Like, I don't know if you noticed that. There was like a minute left in the third quarter, and we ran that send Juwan Johnson out. We're actually going to throw the inside screen to Anderson.
It's the fake bubble screen inside screen
that we ran a bunch, which it seemed like it worked. The last one, Aaron Anderson literally had one safety to beat. Like it was the most open play of the night, and so he should have had 150 and a touchdown
on the offense. I had a note on this. The creativity was so much different, like with the screen type plays, the shovel pass, the 3 tight end sets, the 2 tight end sets, the quad versus Green on the backside. It was almost predictable when you had 4x1 with Green, on an island, but it's like that's what he drew the pass interferences on, and he caught the touchdown.
Looking back, and I was hating on Sharp most of the game because, and here's why. For one, I forgot he was 6'5".
Yeah.
So like that deep ball that he missed his toe hitting the ground
was a hell of a catch.
Inches away from being an incredible catch.
That was just as good as the throw to Barry and Brown.
Yeah. It is the fact that we have been so accustomed to seeing Mason Taylor make those plays that we expect someone like Bauer Sharp to immediately make them. I think this was his welcome to the SEC moment of like,
he was at Oklahoma, Michael.
Well, right. Welcome to the real SEC, right? I believe that Bauer Sharp is a guy that's going to get better and better and better. And I think
I agree.
The entry level to Bauer Sharp was close, but so far, right? It's like he's so far away perception wise of being like this elite tight end, but he's so close. If you look at the details, he holds on to that ball that he fumbled. Like that's an awesome, tough first down. The catch.
Are we sure that's a fucking catch?
I don't think it was a
Barry
catch.
and Browns isn't a catch, like then
The ball was moving the whole time.
What about their guy?
He didn't establish a football.
Their
move
guy in the
forward.
third quarter was a catch when we stripped it from him, but that ball was moving all around.
Listen, you send this down to Birmingham to have their decision. Like we're gonna get fucked, no matter who we're playing.
But I think the problem is that we get to watch replay in frame by frame, uber slow mo, and it's just like in real time.
Yeah,
Bauer Sharp never makes this quote unquote football move. Like he catches it and gets hit, and it's a fumble, and it's like
the ball was moving the whole time he was getting hit.
Fine, but then Barry and Brown takes like a step, goes in the pylon, mostly survives the ground, and then the ball just like rotates a little bit. It's bullshit.
He already established possession in bounds, so the ball moving out of bounds doesn't matter.
Watch whatever angle you want in real time. Like I think and it was kind of crazy that
he was one-handing it. What do you think's going to happen when the ball hits the ground? It's going to move a little bit. Doesn't mean he didn't catch it 3 seconds ago. I
think we have common sense that like that's a catch, great play, and not this like the ball did kind of jiggle a little bit. Shout out Nathan Moore, Nathan Butler, Moore.
Go team, go team, Nate.
Thank you, Virginia Tech.
Hilton's a rattled man.
That was him and Nick Anderson having combined one for -1 was a little surprising.
Here's the difference though between Nick Anderson and Chris Hilton. Anderson was hustling his dick off.
I agree.
Where it looked like Chris Hilton, and I don't want to call Chris out, but looking back on the replay, he was like walking around piles sometimes. He was kind of doing a little pout. Like Barry and Brown right now is about to take your spot. Like
that's very true.
The top 3 receivers from that night are Xavier Thomas, Aaron Anderson, and Barry Brown. Those are your top 3 receivers.
It's
and
crazy.
Juwan Johnson.
It's crazy that Trey Green's not on that list because he got a PI
he's
anytime
be
the ball's thrown to him.
No, Trey Green is either a first down or a touchdown. If you're on the goal line and you're in shotgun set on the goal line, throw it up to Trey because you're either going to get a PI and a first down and restart from the 1 yard line, or it's a touchdown.
Nothing. One, fuck Dabo for like complaining about PIs, especially.
Oh my god!
After the,
what was he saying? Like he's so big that what are they gonna do?
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much.
No, but the fact that Dabo did that, and then what's great is Herbie and Fowler were just all over him too. They were like, this is as clear of a PI as you're going to see. He's like, I don't know what
There was one they didn't call that I thought was pretty handsy too. Earlier in the first.
They
half.
let some shit go, but then Dabo gets this blindside just kill shot, but he's like, it's behind the line, and his little like that was to the refs.
Yes,
this was not like great block to a player. He was like,
I got you.
Yeah, because he talked it up with the sideline ref after. He's like, it's behind the line. Like they were giddy about it. They just almost killed our guy. And then they destroy Nussmeier an hour after the play.
So true. The play behind the line of scrimmage is so true. It pissed me off so much in this world of like player safety that's like, well, it's behind the line so we can decleat and fucking kill this guy. Also, we got to fucking add that into our rotation. Like we gotta have
a great
that
play call.
Oh, for sure. If he just reestablished behind the line, you can kill him, and he doesn't need to be looking. Like it could be the biggest blindside block.
Who was it? Who got hit?
I don't even remember. I don't know. It may be
I don't know.
It wasn't a linebacker. It may have been Cooley or somebody stepping into the box.
I don't know that, but yeah, literally just an assassination attempt that was like football of our childhood.
Yeah,
that was play on.
Love to see it, but the world we live in now, and then you got Dabo chopping it up with the refs after the fact, where the kid's dead. It's like I don't know. It's just so phony. And then the crying the whole game about the pass interference stuff was just icing on the cake. Also, and then the one play at a time, like this is it, one play, and just getting eaten by Perkins. And then Klubnik pointing to his helmet, like he hit me.
He hit me.
Nothing. Yeah.
Did y'all see that? Yeah. Since we did talk about the Trey Green touchdown, I did not want to gloss over the fact that AJ Terrell's brother just in the saddest little kid move, looks to the ref and just gives like the incomplete.
Yeah.
And it's just like that. Oh man,
No, but
we dominated this game.
if this is a home game, we'd kill them.
It's insane. 15-10.
Wayne Woodars, 17. Also, number 5, the white safety, bitch, all night, just hitting our players after the play, talking shit.
And the one that he like tried to pop Kyle Parker, he's like, oh, my tummy.
Yeah. And then Wayne Woodars, I think he was 17, but he did like the biggest seatbelt like right after he just assaulted Tradez Green and got a penalty. We have to find the video of him doing that, and then in slow motion, the ref throwing the flag. It's great.
Dude, what a fun game.
Let's talk a little bit about how nice it is that you can have a guy like Klubnik roll out of the pocket, evade the pressure, and then whip something around the first down marker in the middle of the field and not feel like it's an automatic first down because our safeties are there to clean that shit up.
There was a couple plays, and I remember putting it in the group chat where the D line kind of like over pursued a little bit, and Klubnik got in open space, and I was like, well, that's fucking 40 yards, and it was 5.
Yeah,
I think their longest rush was 7 yards.
Yeah,
Brian
sure,
Kelly,
tackling across the middle,
12 yards rushing in the second half. Dominated time of possession, not starting with the ball in the second half. Like, I don't know, man.
We must have. I think because of the rate we were blitzing and the pressure we could get in both the run and the pass game, they were conservative. You know, like they had a 3rd and 10 that they
had no time to do
like,
anything. I also want to talk real quick about Xavier Thomas's throw to Aaron Anderson.
Yeah,
if that was thrown a little bit better, but the fact that he like was composed on the run and just made the throw at all, like that was very impressive. How about the play?
Get ready for some Jawan Johnson throws after seeing that. Like, look, I still have some complaints about the play calling, and I'm a little kind of worried about Sloan here, but we did kind of get weird and have some fun.
Brown's plays where he picked up that first down by wiggling back into the middle of the field after Nuss threw on the run backside. Like he did it, like the throw that Todd McShay broke down. He did that a couple times.
Yeah,
that was Kyle Parker's throw.
That was Kyle Parker's catch, but he did it earlier to Barry and Brown. And that's when Brown was able to wiggle up the field and get that much needed first down. And we caught our breath and was like, okay, we're in this. That was amazing to see.
I thought we looked faster than Clemson on
100%.
Both sides of the ball.
Yes.
Like when we caught it, Aaron Anderson, Brown, Xavier, didn't matter. Like
elite speed.
Just fat. Our defensive, weeks. And I mean, we knew these guys were fast, but there wasn't a play where when Clemson did something where I was like, God, he caught him there. Like we were way faster than them.
I know we talked about Tyree Adams can't get off the field. When he's on Tyree Adams, 71 played well.
Yes.
Like
when Chester got in there, it was worrisome.
Yeah. And he bullied the Purdue transfer. Like, I mean, he gave up 1 sack on him. Other than that, he bullied him across the ball.
The sack we gave up, Nuss kind of got out of the pocket.
No,
I don't
agree.
think someone really missed an assignment on that one.
Either way, one play like that, like you can give up a win to Clemson's defense every now and then.
No, what I'm saying, it wasn't like a straight up someone got beat.
It sticks out because it was the only one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I do love when Aaron Anderson is just full steam ahead and he covers the ball with both hands and just
running
keeps
straight
going
up
for like
somehow fast as shit. He's running like a 4.5 without arms.
Yes. And he just like consistently gets like 7 more yards. It happened a bunch last year.
He's a strong dude.
Yes. I posted on Twitter, why don't we just throw it to Aaron Anderson over the middle every fucking play and see what happens? Because it's like, this is dangerous.
It's
like,
positive yardage every time.
I don't know that this offense has a Malik Neighbors, top 10 pick, a Brian Thomas we got a bunch of fucking second round, like good
we have
NFL
a shit ton
talent.
of those like Jalen Waddles type of guys. Like that's what we look like. We look like that Alabama wide receiver crew when Tua was ripping it around to all those little guys. What was the other one they had?
Judy?
Not Judy. It was after that. It was like when they had all little guys and they were just
Jameson
like
Williams.
Jameson was in there, but he was kind of like their burner. But there was like a number 8.
Law.
Not Law. It was before that. He was a first round pick, and it was just like, damn, you're right. Those dudes are pretty good, but they're like 5'10", like 6 foot tall. But like that's what we look like right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Dude, it's crazy. Like the play calling was, I thought, just completely different from years past. We didn't take shot. Like everyone said, we have guys that can take the top off. And maybe Clemson was just doing a great job. I mean, they're 15 yards deep right here, but like,
Yeah, I think they prevented
they just
that.
took that away. The only guy we threw it deep to was Green, but we didn't take one shot.
It was
threw
him
the
and
slot fade to
or I
Bauer
guess
Sharp.
tight ends.
Well, the
Yeah.
Brown's catch in the end zone, I guess, was kind of a deep.
Yeah, we had
ball.
like 3 or 4 deep balls,
But it wasn't
half
the-
of which were for the tight ends.
It wasn't the ones where Nuss is like just
I agree,
blindly
and
launching it over the middle of the
good
field.
on Clemson's defense.
But I also think that
And our restraint from trying to force it.
Yes, I think we weren't super positive that the offensive line would hold up for 4 seconds for one of those plays to develop. I think we will see more of those plays as the season goes on.
We'll see it this week. This is the
This
shovel
is by
pass.
far the most talented team we've had
Yeah,
under Kelly.
This was the play I was talking about. This is the guy that makes the tackle. And watch how we fake it
People are going to
here.
be so mad at you.
And then boom. And like we just missed him.
yeah.
He had 15, 12 yards right there.
I do love that Caden Durham. It just brings me back to like our time at LSU where the guys wore like all the tiny wristbands.
makes
He
the
has it
uniform
on
look
his
good.
knee.
The uniform looks great on Caden Durham. Caden slides in and out. It's so weird. It's like
He's a patient back.
he's a patient back, but like if you have a bad angle on him, he can turn up the speed and make you look stupid.
It's just not a catch. I just don't think even I don't know with the Bauer Sharp plays running. I know people are going to be pissed that we're not showing what we're watching here, but
Watch Gooden. 88 is everywhere. He's
Yes.
not going to be off the field for us.
Yeah.
Like obviously we're going to rotate some guys, but he is a surefire starter. And your pick as having him in the top 10 of our players is legit.
he's one of those guys that just it's I don't know how to describe it. He looks and plays so freaking athletic.
His
for that
hands are
size.
so fast. He'll
Everything is
beat
fast.
you off the ball.
The quick twitch, the air quotes that used to be the big thing. Like he has all of that stuff. It's pretty fun to watch.
I think it's pretty safe to say Kelly hit on the portal.
Yes. Shout out Austin Thomas.
Yeah, he's got a headset. What does he do with the headset? You think?
Just dialed in.
Listening.
Just listening. Yeah.
And shout out to us. I think 3 weeks ago when we were kind of bitching about Sloan, we said that there was going to be a timeout in the first quarter where everyone came off the field and Brian Kelly was going to be in Cortez Hankton's
God.
ass. And my
You
God, did
fucking kidding me?
it? Nuss is in the background like, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, Cortez really upped the energy after that. He was locked in. His eyes were so wide. And we fixed it, whatever it was.
I was just dying laughing when that happened. Like that was a bingo card moment of like, yep, knew that was coming.
Dude, we both used up 2 timeouts in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Which was kind of crazy.
Yeah, they ended up doing that too.
Speaking of using up timeouts.
Not in the first quarter though, right? It was
last night we both used 2
Clemson?
timeouts.
Okay.
Yeah. And we
the play
debacled.
to end the half. I'm so glad we don't have to sit here and harp on that.
Yeah, the play to end the half. We need the points there. But like,
was it the play versus letting the clock run down?
If you want to run that play, then do it without calling the fucking timeout. Because at that point, best case, sure, he could maybe score. Best case scenario, you're running up to spike the ball to kick a field goal.
Kelly-
it doesn't
Kelly
make
didn't
fucking
play
it doesn't
before
make any
he
sense.
was tackled with
Kelly
34
didn't want to go. He didn't want to go for it.
Yeah, it was Nuss did it.
And Nuss convinced him, and that's why he had to call a timeout.
And so fair, but then fucking throw it up to Trades Green.
Yeah.
Not like let's hope Chris Hilton can make a guy miss.
Chris Hilton stumbles.
Of course, though, it was
fumbles.
right
God.
after. It was the drive right after Clemson just went for it on 4th and 2 on the goal line and scored.
But like,
God,
what's the
and
plan
we
there
should
if
have
we get?
stopped that.
What's
man.
the plan if we get the first there?
exactly.
It's not
Spike the ball,
scoring.
spike the
So
ball
at
and
that
kick.
point, you call a timeout because you don't have anything called. We got tackled with 35 seconds left before
Yes.
that.
I'm fine with hurrying up, running a play,
So
and
call a
having your
timeout
timeout
then.
in your pocket, or calling it immediately. I
Because,
agree.
Yeah, for sure. It was fucked up.
We're good. I heard it.
It was good. It's my chord if I hit it. I've already run through most of my bullet points here. The only one I have left is about the DBs, right? Delane and Woodland. I know we talked about it. But being able to lock down those guys, and those are good receivers. Like, these are not shitty receivers. Like, these are some of the best crews as a whole that we're going to see all season.
And a quarterback.
That's really good. Their O-line,
not as good as Sellers.
Their O-line was suspect, and we exposed that. Sellers is good alone. His O-line sucks.
Norris Jr.,
son of Norris.
I
mean, we didn't really talk much about Nuss. Like, Nuss is who I thought he was.
Yeah.
He made some
second half. He became alive. I love how someone tweeted at me about my little, like, I tweeted out, like, never forget. We were told that
Ty Simpson,
Arch Manning, all these dudes were better than
Sellers,
Nuss.
Lagway.
And like at halftime, someone's like,
sure about that,
like,
buddy?
Sure about that, right? And then the second half, Nuss just was like, yeah, I'm first pick in the draft.
And I don't. Maybe it's not fair, whatever. But it's like, I'm not surprised when Nuss throws those balls to Barry Brown or Sharp, and it's just like a drop in the bucket NFL throw. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't believe we've ever had a quarterback make as many air quote NFL throws as I've seen Nuss make. It's like Joe Burrow has the moxie, the nuts, the ball sack, all that stuff. Jaden Daniels, Heisman. I swear I see throws that are like only super elite NFL throws more in the last 13 games than I have ever.
Do you remember when we went on the road and played Texas in 2019? It was, obviously we had our tune-up game against Georgia Southern or whatever. And then we got our first glimpse of what this team, what Burrow and that offense could be with pressure and with the lights, etc. It wasn't the best version that we saw all season. It was like a small little example of what could happen. The play to Jefferson where he scores, it was kind of like opening up our eyes of like, holy shit, like this is kind of a clutch team, right? But they're elite. And then they got better and better and better. And by the end of the season, it was like, we're an NFL team. You look at this offense and you can see glimpses of that where, like, when they gel and when they're in that rhythm, they can beat anybody. We just have to have time to develop that rhythm. Let's do it this week. Let's come out against La Tech, establish that rhythm, have another great week of practice, and then take it to Florida at home, put it all together and have your best game so far. If you can step up your game from this offensively against Florida, this is going to be an LSU team that's talked about.
It was mildly concerning that LSU had the ball multiple times with a chance to put the game completely away, and they didn't get it done. And it's like, I agree. I think that stuff, like, as the season progresses, will happen more. I think we'll see a lot. I think this game, we played La Tech and then Southeastern before Ole Miss. Yeah. So I think this game will show a lot of what this team's going to be. If they come in and it's business as usual and we look like we're boom, 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 it's like, sign me up.
Just move it off the couch.
I can't move it off the couch.
If they're
sit up higher.
I got it.
I'll be a little more concerned if it turns into that, like, hangover game, like, blah, 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 a lot of sloppy mistakes. Then it's like, okay, let's pump the brakes a little bit. But I think this game
favored by like 42.
Yeah, I get it. No, I just want to see it like the 1-0 mentality. It's like, this team has a chance, man. This team has a chance to really do it. And we can pretty soon, we're going to talk about the rest of the SEC and Alabama and Texas.
I'd like Nuss to have some load management. I'd like to see him for maybe 2 quarters. I know it's going to deplete his stats, but like, let's save his legs.
Yes, fair
for Florida.
But I just want to see everyone. I just don't want to see that like sluggish thing, because then it's like, we're going to slip up a couple times this year. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree. Listen, I'm not sitting here saying we're an undefeated football team.
Yeah,
like, we're going to take our lumps. But we got past an absolute giant. And I'm not just talking roster-wise at Clemson. I'm talking the whole thing.
I mean,
the monkey on the back, the chip on the shoulder. Yeah, the Clemson bullshit, like everyone against you. You've got this 0-5 start, all of that, just everything back against the wall. And you overcame that against a good football team on the road.
program.
Yeah.
An established, legit program.
This is that spark that people beg for mid-season. We got it out of the gate, right? Yep. And so how can you ride that momentum? And I think we're going to see them ride it pretty well, but you're also going to see them when they do slip, because it may happen, right? We may lose a game or two. When that happens, we know we're going to be able to rebound and find some type of core identity. We established an identity in September, and that's not something we've been able to do under Kelly yet. And that's the positive thing coming. I felt this way the second half of this game. I started telling myself, even if we lose this game, I'm pumped about how we're playing this football game right now. This is going to be a great season. But we pulled it out.
A big identity that was discussed, coming into week 1 was our depth. And like that was obvious. We had one guy cramp up in this game.
And Ramos.
And it was our kicker. That's what I was say. It was our kicker.
When Ramos went down with the cramp like that, I was like, here we go.
Had weeks come out. We had West came out for a few plays. We were able to throw keys in and didn't, again, back to the point of there's no weak links out there.
Delane came out
like guys were ready to play. Dwayne came out.
The defense is very disciplined. Like that's a very
jumped off sides. We shifted. We didn't have any, what do they call it? The when they
procedural penalties.
The disconcerting signals. Disconcerting signals. Like just guys were lined up. We weren't when they went quick. We didn't have guys flipping to the strong side. We lined up and played.
And it looks like it's a fun defense to play. Like Whit Weeks is out there looking like he's having the time of his life.
Whit's turning back, talking to the safeties before the snap, and everyone's on the same page. Again, no one's run. And maybe that was because Clemson wasn't creative enough. I don't know, but
they weren't ready for what they got.
No. And I think I listened to some of Moscona.
Garrett Riley.
He talked about, he's like, good luck if you're down by two scores or so in the fourth quarter, having to block long enough to get passes off, because this team can pin their ears back with the best of them and go get the quarterback, especially if that's what's coming.
How much different does this defense look when you don't have Bro having to play 90 snaps and Sage Ryan playing 60 snaps and Major Burns playing every play? It's like we have the roster. Shout out Bryce Underwood, because I feel like that's literally where we're at here today, is because we went out and got guys like Delane and even guys like Pyburn and Sharp and Gooden and
Halsey
the both safeties who are the best safeties we've had, and I can't remember.
They're just so disciplined, man. They're in the play. Halsey's pass breakups, man.
Patrick.
Just so
and
strong.
It may not always look this perfect. Clemson just may not have this elite offense.
This looks like that. It's the same feeling that we got after Oregon.
There's less. There's no confusion.
It's like, whoa, we went up against a big opponent on the road, hostile environment, and we dominated.
But what'd you say?
This is the LSU team that
first
we want
time
to see.
in
It's
11
always
years.
when we have a hard schedule and we have to step the fuck up, and we do it.
Yeah.
And those are the teams that typically ride it out and are standing at the end of the year.
I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Marlon Favorite. And I stumbled on this pregame where they somehow asked him about the Oregon game. And he was like, yeah, we had to get in shape for Oregon. And once we went out there and were so in shape that Oregon didn't phase us at all, we knew that we were ready for anybody else. And I almost have that feeling of it may not always look so suffocating and dominating, but it's these dudes were ready to play week 1 against a top 10, 12 opponent. And they just showed up, and it's that's just going to keep carrying over. And that's confidence against Florida. It's confidence against Sellers. Shout Harold Perkins was just that last play.
This first month and a half of football right now, if we can keep this energy up and you get through, because I really think Florida, South Carolina, Ole Miss are harder games right now than Alabama, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. So that second half of your season, it's an easier path if you're able to get through this first month and a half.
The schedule is just so set up with a game. I'm not going to say easy, because again, Vanderbilt can beat anybody.
Yes,
but a setup game into a big game, a Southeastern before you go to Ole Miss, a bye between Ole Miss and South Carolina.
At home,
a Vanderbilt game before you have to play Texas A&M. It's set up so well for us to just just keep chopping wood and keep just knocking it off
every week.
Yes, and it's not this fuck, man, we got to go to Bama and then play Georgia or name it. It doesn't matter. It's there's just not really any of these brutal back-to-back stretches on this schedule.
Braylon Moore, shout out. SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week for sure. That dude was. That's what was missing so much last year too, was that staple at center. Somebody that can organize that O-line, that could quarterback that O-line, get the calls. Like the confusion around our protection last year.
I just got a text. The Alabama receiver is John Mechie that Michael's thinking.
It is. That's exactly who it is. That's exactly who it is.
Shout out.
Who's
the
that,
only
Greg?
thing,
Shay, old buddy Shay.
Shay Dixon?
Yeah.
Nice.
the only thing that would possibly concern me is like, are enough of these guys going to get to eat where they're not pouting? Like, are we going to have someone
and it
like
didn't
Hilton?
feel like that was
No,
it.
it didn't. But like as the season goes on, we're going to start to have more like, okay, 2 tight ends. All these receivers we have,
Yeah.
someone's not in the game.
I
Like,
agree. And I think
They're all pulling the rope.
Like
in the right
we need
Yes.
we will need Ashton
And
Stamps at some point.
when you lose a game like this, people stop pulling on
Yeah.
the rope in
Right.
the same direction. But when you win, and it's like, I think a perfect example of it is Nick Anderson, because if you go back and watch this game, he may not have been the best blocker, but the dude was like effort,
Yeah.
and he never even sniffed a fucking target.
Yeah.
You know, they kept showing the Alabama guy like, oh, Saban would have pulled his scholarship if he did that. There was no real plays like that where like defensively, we swarmed the ball.
Everywhere.
Like honestly, we talked about our safeties. One note I had was I feel like Cooley missed a few tackles. He was in the right spots though.
But when he gets his hands on you,
it was later in the game, and early in the game he didn't wrap up.
there was one on the last
only
drive. There was one on the last drive, I know, where the guy got an extra 6 or 7 yards.
They broke out of him. I remember he had a big pop and he didn't wrap up, and they ran out of him. But
One was the
that?
tight end, and then one was late in the game, and I was like, dang, I wish you would have.
You know
but he
what?
didn't get
there.
trucked.
You know what?
It
didn't
wasn't-
he was
happen?
there too, though.
No truckings. No, I thought you had him. I thought, was that me?
Yeah.
That should have been you. Like, none of that shit. Shout out Corey Raymond. Like, go across the board to the coaching staff. Like, we've paid a shit ton of money. Most likely get your fill of Blake Baker now, because he's probably going to have some head coaching jobs coming up here in a few months. But like,
or we hold on to him long enough where he can fill in for Kelly when Kelly retires.
make him be our Marcus Freeman.
Yeah.
Like, sign me up. If that's what Blake Baker wants, sign me up right now. Does the
He's got a fleur-de-lis hat on
does
his
the
arm.
flat bill hat with the short sleeve fucking yellow hoodie
Start dressing Kelly.
Speaking of hoodies, speaking of fucking hoodies, like, God, did my confidence level just drop when I saw that BK was out there in the Walmart edition LSU gear.
Yeah, I saw that gear at Aldi.
That was I don't know. That was worrisome. I feel like we've squeezed a lot of the juice. If
So-
anybody in the chat feels like there's something we've missed,
I'll go through some of these that we kind of mentioned.
You've got some more
briefly.
notes.
You
huh?
do
a couple
have
notes.
You didn't watch the game.
Fucking RJ.
yeah. Let me just set the
great
stage
party.
since more people are here. We'll stroll into the studio here at noon. Grant comes squealing in on his bike, comes in. He's like, Mike, I got your coffee. And he's got this fucking bag. And it's like, fine. I'm not the biggest coffee person, and I wouldn't expect that. That's fine. He's like, yeah, I got some headphones. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we get up, walk upstairs to the studio. Yes, this is a multi-level studio environment. And Grant's like, yeah, that's your breakfast burrito. Mike's like, oh, sick. He's like,
Appreciate it, man.
he told me he was going to be here. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's fair. Like, I didn't want any eggs or cheese or flour tortillas. Was there bacon crumble in there?
No,
Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken.
it was a quick fix. It was a quick fix. You could tell he rolled through it pretty quickly. It was good.
Who could have known that there would be multiple people here today?
Yeah, I had one tortilla.
They only had one tortilla left.
Who
So
could have known?
the noon pod kind of like threw some things off.
I get
you know?
I get we don't have a
You
like.
said anytime,
No.
any place.
Yeah, I know.
I get
I
we
knew
don't
it
have
was
a
nap
chat.
time. I knew.
No, it worked out.
But I was like, he said anytime.
Anytime.
There's no objections here.
I said anytime about 3 or 4 times.
And then I was like, all right, anytime after 11. We're like, what about noon? You're like, in.
yeah, but at my mind, I was like, I'm gonna get set up. And you're like, I gotta go to PJ's. And I'm like, well, I have a coffee shop.
The reason I said that time frame is like I had shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
you had to
Like,
rub one out. I get it.
No, I had to have my morning. Like I didn't.
I had shit to do. I had to have my
Your
morning.
I knew if I threw out that time, I'm gonna have to be like about a half hour prior. Grant's gonna be
just-
here fiddling.
I just need a key.
I literally got out of my shower and didn't have clothes in my bedroom. And I was like creeping through my living room, and Drew was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just making sure Grant's not in here because like there's a chance he's upstairs like setting up, and I don't know yet." And I'm naked walking through my house.
He's rearranging.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. It just sucks we
Look,
don't have a group chat that these things could be
listen.
discussed in.
Maybe we'll start like having a dinner with this, or like we'll bring
On your bike, dude. Bring over.
Fucking.
Is that the DoorDash delivery? The Postmates guy? No, that's just great.
Why is it in Tupperware? Anyway,
Wait, okay, back
Speaking
to my
of
notes.
DoorDash, dude, I was up at like 2 a.m. breaking down film
This morning.
No,
Saturday night.
Saturday night, and I DoorDashed. My Dasher was just like hammering me with like GIFs and videos. That's what I sent in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are like?
Hold
just
on.
give me my shit.
I need to show y'all this. So, good friend RJ had I was in Lafayette for this
Engagement party. Congrats.
party. It was cool. It was at Keeper's house. That's the winning ticket. Is watching opening
We were
weekend.
trying to
with
find the common
boys.
denominator. I don't think he was at your house, though.
So, regardless, we're hanging out. Games going on. I think it might have been like in between quarters. I don't know. I was grabbing a beer in the front, or I don't know. Something happened. I don't know. Maybe it was before the game. It was a long day. Multiple superior marks. Anyway, a FedEx delivery guy shows up while we're in the front yard, and I'm talking with Kiefer, and he's like, "Oh," and I tell the delivery guy, I was like, "Hey, you want some hot dogs?" "Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good." All right, he goes, makes the block at the cul-de-sac. He turns around.
You know
he
what?
Yells,
I will have
he
some
yells
hot
from the
dogs.
truck. He's like, "Hey, actually, hey guys, I'll take some hot dogs." Look at this.
Nice. What a
Kiefer
guy.
goes, "I'm gonna hook you up." He goes in there, gets two big old glizzies,
Good for him.
brings them back out, and the dude was just like, dude, he sat in the middle of the street.
Oh, he stayed and ate.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
him sitting in his truck. There's a car behind him blowing the horn, like, get out of the road. He peeks out the window, eating the hot dog. He's like, "Oh."
Always take care of your delivery drivers, guys.
It was
Always.
actually, and so this
I wonder why
morning,
he said no at first. He's probably like, "This is a."
I don't know. Maybe he thought
This
it was
is
a
some-
trap.
Yeah, this is a
It's
trap.
an instant reaction. It's like, no, I'm
No.
all set. And you're like, fuck,
I'm
a hot
hungry.
dog would sound pretty
mean,
fire.
I'll have to see what the timestamp
A
was.
hot
It was.
dog would go great right now. You know, no,
You
not
want me
all,
to-
not all of us had a
I'll
little,
run over there, make some.
wrapped breakfast
So-
burrito. I'm surprised it wasn't cut on a bias.
Couple notes before we get to the rest of the league.
Mhm.
Patrick Payton's motor in the first half. I
Dude,
had
when he
that as a
split that
note.
double team,
Just he looked unblockable at times, and at other times I think we didn't like when we had a 4-man rush. It had to have been by design that we were trying to contain, because there were sometimes I'm like, God, these guys can like Relaford's not even getting around the guy. He's playing tiddlywinks, but I think it was more
there was
we're going
no
to spy.
tiddly. Yeah,
We're spying club.
and
And
it
we're
was usually
trusting
when
the
we were
DBs.
only rushing 3.
I
We
don't
had
know.
like 3 rushers, and we would just kind of wait.
Right.
I don't know why it reminded me of this, but BK did take a tumble down
Yeah.
the sideline.
And he got into
I have
it.
that as a note. It was
That
at
was
the
you. That was you.
4:14 left. in
laying
the game.
down sideways with his knees together, as if he was just like curled up watching Netflix with the babe. It was bad.
So timing on run plays with all the different motions, the tight ends all over the place seemed a little bit off, and then we settled in.
Throw
including-
Nathan's comment up on the screen. I don't know. I don't have a clue how Sellers or Lagway can come into Tiger Stadium and read this defense and make adjustments with the crowd. Exactly. That's the difference this season is we're not going into this with like, man, Jackson Dart's going to like expose our ground, our defensive rush attack. It's like, no, Sellers is a dog. Absolutely. But
He's not us.
is he really going to have time with that offensive line to like overcome that and throw some bombs?
In
I don't
that
think so,
environment,
my
too.
friend. Lagway's a more balanced passer. They're going to have to game plan. Are they going to be able to game plan in 2 weeks for Baker's defense?
There were a few.
I don't think we
I
showed
listened
everything.
to I listened to Hanny's post game, Hanny and Dixon post game, and they
We
had a
just have to look
caller.
out for Tyson.
Caller called in. He's like, "I'm just leaving the stadium." He's like, "That is not the real Death Valley. It wasn't loud. It was." He's like, "It was stupid." He's
From
like,
TV alone, I did not think it was this insane environment. The first possession of the game, it felt like they were piping in the LSU band song like stuff because it was like so dominant. It was weird. I don't know, obviously it could be microphones in a spot by the band, but I never thought that. To go back to the whole like defense thing, whenever we hired Dave Aranda, I went back and we would watch all these YouTube videos of when he was at Wisconsin, and it was like, oh, all these different like looks, disguises. You think blitzes are coming from here, it's actually coming from here. And I don't know that we necessarily like really got that with Aranda. It felt more of like a basis defense. Yeah, can't even get it done against Auburn. I feel like that's what we have now with Baker, which it's like, even if you want to make checks, you're still not positive exactly where this shit's coming from. Perkins multiple times, I think one of them got stopped, called like play dead for a false start. And then the last play of the game, Perkins goes opposite side completely around the line of scrimmage and is face to face with Klubnik. And it's like the last play of the game obviously made the play. And then there was another one early on where I think it was a false start on Clemson that it was like he was there before you could even notice it.
That's what Baker talked about in the preseason, where he's like, he's got a sixth gear that no one, like not a lot of people have that gear. What he's talking about is if you look at both of those plays, Perkins doesn't take a good angle.
Yeah.
He's just that much more athletic, and he knows
instinctual.
He's just going to close on this dude. And the closing speed within like 3 feet, you're dead.
Did you see the angle? And I think it might have been the Tingle guy or whatever with Lloyd. Like, I think it was them, but they posted on Twitter like an angle from like in the crowd, and it was kind of like looking down at the game. It's insane how quick Harold Perkins gets on him. Like, the TV copy does not do it justice, because it's just like he gets to the edge and then he's there.
And then he explodes like for like 5 yards out of nowhere. Like he'll come in on you.
Whit Weeks does that a little bit. Like there's sometimes when you're like he's not Perkins, but
he's got a little wiggle in there too.
He gets there and has that burst of speed.
Yeah, and he's got a really good closing speed. That acceleration at the last second is deceiving for a quarterback too.
Right.
You know, they think they have a second to get rid of this ball, and it's like, oh shit, I'm complaining for a targeting, you know, because I'm getting popped. Very awesome to see.
The other couple notes, these two kind of go hand in hand.
Can I speak on this real quick?
Yeah.
Going back to Harold Perkins, like we have to really talk about this for a minute. After that last play, you could see the relief, right? Of just like, this was the right decision.
Yep.
Right. It like, not that was what he was saying in his head, but eventually.
But same for Nuss.
Same for Nuss.
They showed Nuss right after that, and he's just getting with the crowd. It's like, this is why you fucking come back.
This is why I came back.
You only get the passion and this part of college football for a brief point in time in your career.
Here it is.
And it's like, give me one more of those. And it's like,
and we gave him the help, right? Like, look at Perkins there, close right there. Like, you're not getting away from that.
But look at the lockdown defense. Everyone's covered.
Yeah.
He hit me. And it's just like the second he threw his hand up to do it, he knew like it was over.
The safe, like we showed blitz a lot too. We showed that we were blitzing. Like we weren't making things complicated. It's like, hey, we're coming.
Yeah.
And I think that has to do with like Halsey and Cooley and those guys being able to stay deep and then come and make those cross and route tackles.
Go back to the play. Or pause it here. The guys that are on the field here, this is who we trust, right? If you look at, you got Peyton. Who else do we have on the D line there?
It's probably Gooden.
I think that is Gooden inside.
Weeks, Perkins.
Relaford.
Yeah. Who's 12?
Ooh, Butler.
Relaford's in there. Butler. Yeah, but we also had 3 safeties in. We had
Spears, Cooley, and Halsey.
And with Delane.
With Delane and Woodland.
So the last thing, offensively, just the overall creativity, which we kind of talked about, and the QB sneaks.
Yeah,
those are great.
Nuss getting yards.
QB sneaks.
And that 10 or 11 yard run to pick up a first down.
That was
felt like it was needed.
So Clemson on that play, they start yelling out like Nuss must have baited them and made like some fake call to where the Clemson linebackers were like, they're running this way. And nope, it was a pull, you know, where he goes around for 11 yards or whatever.
Yeah. And they went with, I don't know who the running back was. It may have been Durham, but Durham like pulled him out.
Took all of them
right?
play.
Like it was beautiful.
And shout out to,
he led block.
Shout out to not just running like a read up the middle. Like we ran counter, we ran a bunch of different things, even with Xavier Thomas and
we were creative, yet we simplified the creativeness.
We went back to the basics and we were prepared for that. Like we prepared our ass off to just play instinctual basic football, and that's exactly what we did.
It was great.
We never really put the ball in danger. It's like all the throws that were made, it was mostly our guy was coming down with it.
That's huge development on Nuss's
The fumble was an 8-yard gain. That was a fumble. I'm trying to.
I mean,
and then
he had 10 incompletions, and most of them were like at the foot of the defender, like intentionally. Like if he's not going to catch it, no one's going to catch it.
I mean, great game. I wish it would have been 28-10 and been a real like rub their nose in it.
I think
as
20
it should have been.
What 23 was probably real. 24, 23-10, actually to 7.
It was
because we
fucking-
spotted them 3
We
points.
should have had a field goal.
It was
Barry
soul
Brown's
crushing
touchdown.
to go from thought we had a guaranteed touchdown to completely shanking. We had a cramp, a kick, to like, wow, this is how we're going to lose this game. Like this is
But
how it's going to
also,
go.
The fact that we were able to, they talked about it like this is the situation we've been in the last 4 years where we had to win in the fourth quarter.
Last second.
And we did. We won in the fourth quarter when our backs were against the wall. Even though we played, and because we played better against USC, we played better in one of those Florida State games. Like it just
watching a lot of football this weekend. I honestly say LSU's performance is the best performance of the weekend. I think Ohio State's right there because I think Texas is still a good team. I think Arch is overrated. Clearly,
he's also probably not as bad as
he's not as bad as we saw. I think Matt Patricia's defense and that elite defensive line and secondary for Ohio State rattled that kid, and it was his first game. Welcome to the limelight. I still think Texas is decent. All that to be said, I think Ohio State's your number 1 team. I think LSU is right up there with like you line us up against Penn State. I like our chances. I think they're really good. I think 2 and 3 should be LSU or Penn State.
Yeah, and I think LSU, and I'm fine with being 3, whatever. If we're all of a sudden like, well, LSU's 5 because Georgia is Georgia and Penn State's Penn State.
Georgia
like,
and
no.
Oregon stuff is like, come on, man.
Yeah,
look what we just did.
It's like I think Penn State's going to be good. I like our chances if we neutral site go up against Penn State.
You can't, but the media can't go in there last week saying Clemson's the best team we've ever seen in the history of college football, and then all of a sudden almost penalize LSU and not at least be 4th or 3rd.
Those players are still potential first-round draft picks across the board.
Yeah,
we just
and Clemson didn't play bad.
No, but you could see a clear objective difference in the talent level and the team as a whole. Not just the score, but like LSU was the clear better team.
It looked like the old traditional SEC versus ACC. It's like, well, we have the better athletes. We should bully.
What did you think when they lined up for the 62-yard field goal?
I knew something fucky was coming up there. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Some kind of tomfoolery.
Kalen DeBoer.
Let's talk about.
Did y'all see the post game videos and everything? I know I sent a couple of them, but there was one on YouTube. It's like behind the scenes after the game.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
I watched the one you posted.
Grant, pull this up. But I think it is. I could be wrong because all the walk-ons look the same, or all the non-players look the same. But I think Kelly's son is caught walking through the tunnel. He's like, fake ass, pussy ass Death Valley. I was like, wow, I think that's Kelly's son.
On YouTube.
On YouTube, just look up behind the scenes as LSU versus Clemson.
If we're gonna do this, we got to screen share. I'm fine with not screen sharing the game because I don't know if they'll take it down.
But yeah, while he's looking up that, Kalen DeBoer is dead.
Oh, I see. I was wondering if we were gonna
have a Abbott and Costello moment during the Caden DeBoer's Monday presser. Reporter, you mentioned the great week of preparation leading up to FSU. I said that. Yes, you said that. DeBoer's face at the end. Okay.
I was wondering.
What am I looking for, Mike?
Do we have an
YouTube?
LSU?
Get off of Twitter.
Oh, YouTube.
Go to YouTube and type in behind the scenes. LSU.
Did y'all watch the post game when right after Nuss was talking? What am I looking for? LSU what?
Dude, behind the scenes. There we go. That's fine.
Did we have a Brian Kelly press conference at noon that we missed?
Keep going down.
It's tomorrow.
Keep going down. There it is.
All right, screen share.
Wait, where'd it go? Can we play it?
I mean, it's a long video. We don't have to watch all this. But for those that want to watch, you go to YouTube and type in, I think it's best behind the scenes. We got to find the Kelly part. It might not have been Kelly, but it's a little white dude walk on number 50. Should be coming up early here. Cobbins.
Replay?
There he is.
Well, we gotta figure out who number 50 is. I'm on it.
There's a lot of good content. Guillory has a great video out there. They have to be careful though. There were some slips.
Yeah,
Penises.
Some dick slips. No dick popping dances.
I feel like once we get in the end zone a little more against La Tech, we're going to see some more dicks flopping around.
Yeah, but I think the Clemson they understood the assignment.
Number 50
Kenzel Kelly.
It is Kelly. Pussy ass Steph Ellie.
His name is Kenzel.
It's so dumb that I saw that and I was like, well, that's not his kid.
It was Kendall. When they moved to Louisiana, I turned it to Kenzel.
Family.
Wait, this is what I wanted to show y'all. Did y'all see this? Watch this Clemson fan. First off,
oh, dude, this Clemson fan is just lingering like a fucking asshole.
He was like,
I was like, is he gonna fucking punch our quarterback?
Linger, man.
Yeah.
look at West Weeks,
Linger.
man. Love it. The Weeks brothers played great.
Yes.
Shout out to West for stepping up.
Yeah, West. I got a little worried when Klubnik gave him the wiggle. I think in like the first or second quarter, I was like, "Fuck!" Man.
And they were chopping it up like dorm mates. the
Can't
whole
have
night,
this
too.
many white linebackers. And then no, he did. He stepped up.
I think Perkins was the only black linebacker on the field the whole night for anybody.
Keys.
Keys played like
Keys
3
played a little
snaps.
bit. I know, but like
Wait,
they
this
had
guy-
they had 2 whites.
Like, what are you shaking your head at?
Yeah,
Get
exactly.
out of here.
And the cop's like, hey, man. He's
Dude,
like, nah.
I thought he was gonna.
Look,
ask,
and then he
yes.
stares him down. Like,
I thought he was
what?
gonna ask for an autograph.
What if he's like, come here, boy?
Yeah. Here's a
Dude, tell me-
$2 bill for you, son.
Tell me this picture they kept showing of Nuss doesn't look like a 1958, like.
Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, it's a little airbrush.
18.
18 looked great.
He looked good.
What a perfect weekend of college football, because not only did LSU finally get the W, but we got to watch Alabama just get boom.
God, what a
Here we go, Mike. Here's some material for you.
Stop. I don't want to deal with him right now.
Lenore Sellers is the best player in college football. Sure.
That's fine. As a solo player, sure. He plays for South Carolina. Now Harper's a good receiver, but they can't play.
Did y'all see this guy get choked out?
No.
No. Oh no. I thought that was a kid.
It is.
Wait, play it again.
For video froze.
No, that's what it does. That's the clip. I saw it right before we started and forgot about it.
Fuck you.
Oh man, that's great.
Oh, there's audio to this.
So let's talk a little bit about the Alabama
But yeah,
Florida State
I
game.
think you weren't home yet for the start of the game. Right?
I was there. It was just I don't know if it didn't switch over immediately, and so I walked away and I didn't turn it on ABC.
Because the Alabama
And I
opens
missed the first
game
drive, yeah.
with like an 8-minute touchdown drive.
I thought I locked in at the last 4 plays of that drive.
And coming from someone who not even bought into the hype, I more bought into like
You're betting again.
Florida State's down.
Bama.
Like Bama should be able to get it done. I had a ton of -6.5s, and it's like they.
Oh, you were live betting them?
No, I did alternate
You
lines.
teased? Oh, okay.
I had LSU and Alabama -6.5.
I had Alabama in a parlay.
I
too.
bailed out last night, by the way,
Good for you.
of the under. I was
Under?
too scared because I
It
already
hit though, right?
Yes,
It did
barely.
hit. But I cashed out. I made $4 on it.
There you go.
But I did keep the Miami +2.5.
And Alabama just opens up the game with like this forever drive, and Mike hadn't like started it yet, and I was like, they did like take up half the quarter and march it down, but it was a fucking grind. Like every first down they had, it felt like we barely got it. Like it was not this super dominant march it down your throat. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe it's just first drive energy. And no, that's pretty much like the last good thing Alabama did the entire game.
They said something like they ran for 87 yards right here. I think they said like 50 of that was on the first drive.
Yes, it was literally like they would get a first down by like a yard and a half. And
their
then,
O-line was like kind of bullies. Like there was no one touching Simpson. They were kind of doing their thing. But then the physicality just flipped on them. And defensively, Bama was just like the same as last year.
No idea.
Jeremy Bernard?
Bernard. He was like the only guy they threw to.
Yeah.
They said Ryan Williams hasn't had 100 yards in 10 or 11 games.
He looks soft as
He had that Georgia game, and that's like pretty much it.
You know, he brings a doll.
Yeah, I saw that. If I need more people to like point this shit out pregame, because I would have bailed out of all of that.
There's a big undertone with him of being like he's gay.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Good for him, but good for Bama for like being the team to accept that.
I did get a good laugh. If there was this video going around of this Alabama fan watching the game in front of his TV, doing his whole the Tide stuff. And somebody quote tweets it like, I know a double wide when I see one. And I was like, oh, yeah, let's make fun of Bama. The dude had to respond and be like, so what? I live in a trailer. And I was like, this is just perfect. Like, whatever. I agree with you. So what you do. But it was just like, I just assumed it was a joke. And it was just like right there.
All right. So to be fair, this was definitely not after the game.
No, people were saying it was.
I know, because it would be so much better. But
because they want to fire this dude.
Yeah.
They're done with it.
This was over the summer, but it's still, the point is Alabama is posting this.
I just, who would have thought that
blitz, Bama, blitz.
I thought Roll Tide Willie was going to have the boys ready to go. Him and Drewski on the, during the whole fall camp.
These idiots that thought Saban didn't matter.
It's not
that thought that like the drop off would not be that bad and it would be like a 1 year hiccup. It's clownery,
dude. The fact that they are 5-5 is
it took us what 4 years after Saban left to start seeing like, oh, this is a different. Like the culture's different. We're not hustling as much. We still have the talent edge.
We also just didn't have the expectations, to be fair.
Like 08 was the first year. It was kind of like
5 and 6, we were really good.
Yeah,
and then 7, we won it. And then 8, we fell off. 9, 10, we had to climb back up to 11.
But 8 was the first year where you looked at a Bama team with Saban. You're like, there's a difference here. There's a hustle difference.
Yeah, because that was the year after they went 6 and 6, and then they turned it up.
The current Alabama downfall, it happened like that.
Yep.
And they didn't get an 05. They didn't have an 06. They didn't have a national championship.
Happening more quickly.
Yes.
Every time.
With better players than we ever had.
But they started.
They had much better players.
I don't know. If you go back and look at our 05, 06, 07 teams, if they would have had on 3 rankings like they do nowadays, we had like Jamarcus Russell would have been a
But like this Bama roster is still loaded with.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with that. But they pointed to us as the experiment and being like, well, see, LSU did it 4 years later and won a national championship. Like, we're not dropping off at all. They are done.
Yeah.
We're in a different world now. These kids don't give a shit about Alabama. This Keelan Russell, backup quarterback, the 5-star from Duncanville, if he doesn't get to start over Ty Simpson by midseason, that's probably our quarterback next year.
There's no standard anymore. There was a standard at Alabama, and every freaking time Alabama gave up a touchdown or a big play and they would put that camera over to DeBoer, he would just be standing there. There was nothing. And it's like, I get different coaches have different things, but there's like no accountability anymore. And it's like, it goes back to, and it drives me nuts and I hate it. And it's like, now looking back, you can kind of see. But there was a time that Alabama was up by like fucking 30, probably against Brian Kelly in the national championship game. And McCarron and fucking Barrett Jones are about to like fight because of a center exchange. Yeah. It's like there was a fucking standard of every play being the best play. And it's like they really got those guys to buy into that shit.
Yeah.
And it's just that's gone. That's just out. It's done.
This was a great tweet.
Somebody was texting me.
Getting into the Gronk images.
Someone messaged me at like midnight. They're like, whoever's running Pot of Gold Twitter right now is on absolute heat.
I was on a heater.
He was doing good. He lost his mind like me, dude. We were throwing it out there. I gained 40 followers over the weekend.
Are y'all's thumbs hurting from the amount of tweets y'all are putting out?
I feel so dumb.
Listen, I'm not. No. I'm not talking shit. I'm saying that I liked all of them.
My pinky starts to hurt from holding my phone like this, and I feel like
I had
like
the charger pack on. I had it like I had double chargers going.
Yeah, I like shut my phone off and charged it like an hour before game time, and then at halftime I had to like run back to the charger. My phone was hot.
The problem.
This is so funny.
That one got some heat, and I feel. Listen, in all honesty, we do have to talk about this.
We need to address it.
We need to address the Josh Pate stuff. My beef with Pate is about the fact that he picked us to go 8-4. He left Nuss off of every like top 5 quarterback list. And he made it very personal. Like, y'all have to prove it to me before I start liking LSU, which fair. But don't go all in on Alabama. Like, don't.
And Arch Manning, who you haven't fucking seen.
You haven't seen these people, but you've seen us, right? And so that was my take, is like, how can you do this? So he started going back at me and going back and forth. The problem now is anytime I have these bookmarks from that thread, he's getting tagged in it. And so he's like coming right back at me. He's like, when did I say that? It's like, I'm talking to these nerds that are fighting me on your thread. But also, I feel like I have accidentally become this like Rico Bosco of this army against Josh Pate. And I apologize for that.
You will not.
I don't want that.
our Pate.
I don't want that. All I want is Josh Pate to go back to his roots of being authentic and actually getting research done, and not just hanging out in Tuscaloosa 300 out of the 365 days of the year, and just be genuine about your takes. That's it. We don't need to drag him through the mud. We don't need to say he's the worst person on the planet. The dude has a dream job. He's worked his ass off for it. Go back to the basics, and I'll start watching again.
Yeah,
but don't jump on the bandwagon.
But when I see a tweet like, haha, at Josh Pate, am I right, at Gold Mike? It fucking kills me.
I know. I'm backing out of it. There's so many new areas now for bookmarks. I don't need to just go back to that well.
Can we talk about Lee Corso?
Shout out Lee Corso.
Lee wanted to make it known he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Let's go back to when I messaged Mike on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he's in it. It's 8:05. I'm like, Lee's in a tuxedo. No, in the group. I was like, Lee's in a tuxedo. Mike's like, what? And I'm like, now he just picked LSU to win a national championship. Mike's like, hold on, it's 8:15. Why is he in a tuxedo? Who's fucking with me here?
Yeah, I didn't know if because Brett was like, let's go or whatever. I was like, is Brett fucking with me?
I didn't realize it was going to be on that early. I was just puttering around the house thinking how it was going to be. That was the longest day. It's already 2 o'clock now. It's like
I was dealing with airport, so it worked out perfect.
Him being in a tuxedo was the greatest thing. And then going 7-0, whatever his picks were, and every school he coached at. I mean, it was a perfect. And Mike's like, when he picked LSU, he was like, well, it's got to mean something. Boom.
Yeah.
Fucking Lee Corso.
Lee, man. Lee wanted to get it
Florida
right.
State. He picked Florida State. He picked Miami. He picked LSU.
I know. I did love seeing the tweets that just got blown up. That was like, poor Lee Corso tarnishing his legacy picking against Alabama in this game.
Can we talk about how I think Freeman leans into the sexuality on the sideline? Like the licking of the lips.
His eyes.
Yeah, like
that shirt looks too good on
Is
him.
he married?
Yeah,
he's got like 19 kids.
Yeah. But like all the girls on Twitter, like, man, I'd do anything for that coach.
Do him.
But then like they show him on the sideline and he's got this like little smile. He's like licking his lips. He's winking at the refs. It's too much. Can we stop? You're not like, I get it. I like Freeman, but you won with Kelly's players. You were set up. You were set up with a playoff team.
People are asking.
You were set up with a playoff team and you rode that wave. You got to reset.
You know what it was?
With that said, I think CJ Carr's pretty good.
You know what it was?
I don't like the play calling from Denbrock, but I think he's a good quarterback.
He did too much hanging out with Shane Gillis going into this game.
Yeah, when we're putting Shane Gillis on the injury report, I feel like we're kind of jumping the shark a little
all over
bit.
the place. Now he played in the national championship last year. I get it. But this will be a fun season to watch them kind of crumble. Although they will beat the donkey snot out of A&M.
Yeah, that's already written in the stars.
But who else did they play this year? They have Miami, or they lost to Miami. They play A&M.
They'll play USC,
USC. Then who else? I think they have one more.
Navy, probably in Illinois.
Wait, who
No, they
is
have
on-
to have another.
Wait, you said
Notre
who's
Dame.
on their schedule?
Yeah,
Yes.
who's on their Notre Dame schedule? See, he's not locked in.
No, he was checking out.
I
his
was
hot
looking at
wife.
his wife.
Of course, he has a hot.
Never
wife,
look
dude.
at another man's wife.
His wife flew into Baton Rouge's airport with him whenever we tried to get him, and she was like, "Get on the plane.
We're,
Get on the plane.
well, you're not doing.
We're not
this.
working for Ed. We're not living down here. Get on the plane."
Boise, which speaking
Boise's
of,
terrible.
Speaking of Boise,
I went back and watched the USF game last night as well. Boise is bad.
yeah, it was not great. I didn't watch a ton of that game, but I am
Grant, scroll down.
very interested to see South Florida versus Florida, just as a little preview going into week 3.
Yeah. Okay. So they don't really play anybody else, which is
A&M.
good. I'm glad they lost. They'll beat A&M. They'll beat Purdue. They'll beat. I
Dude,
don't know. Out
Notre
of
Dame's
Arkansas,
defense was suspect, man.
they were getting mauled, but that Miami right tackle is insane.
Is it
that
time
dude
to-
was taking that defensive end to the shed every play? It was bad.
Is Miami are they for real?
No,
I
I don't
think-
think so. I think they're for real in a sense that they could make the playoff. I don't.
Beck looked a little different.
Beck looked like
CJ Daniels looked a little different.
CJ Daniels did look different. But I think that right there, it's like CJ Daniels. I don't know. The little guy that they had, he's a stud.
Yeah.
Like Tony maybe or something.
Tony, something like that.
Yeah, he's a dog. Their running game is elite. Like that offensive line and that running game is really good. I don't know how good that defense is.
Why did Notre Dame not try to run the ball?
I don't understand it.
They have the best running back in the
It's
country,
crazy.
don't they?
Yeah, he can jump high.
Yeah, he likes to hurdle. He hits triangle.
I think Miami's a team that's going to have a good offense. I think their defense is still up in the air. I think if Notre Dame really, I think Denbrock had a horrible game.
If Clemson and Miami were playing next week,
If Clemson and Miami were playing next week, I'd take Clemson
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
what if Florida State and Miami were playing next week?
I need to
That's
see
a
some more.
toss-up.
I need to see
I
a
don't-
little more.
That's
you don't
a good
get
game.
to. That's why it's next week, Grant.
I need some time to think about that.
I
one.
really see. I don't know. I don't know if it was Florida State literally just blowing their wad,
Mm.
and
There's a part of me that believes that.
and mixed with Bama, like
Do they-
really sucking.
I still think they're
Bama's
going to
bad.
lose to like NC State, and everyone could be like, "What the fuck?"
Dude.
I think it's Clemson, Miami, and then Florida State's like a close third.
Miami's schedule is not friendly. This is not easy.
It's not easy.
Look at these four.
but
Look at this 4-game stretch for
Oh
Miami.
wow, they play Florida earlier than I was thinking.
Florida's good.
Florida's schedule is a debacle.
Florida's a good team, and I can't wait to beat them.
But you got Louisville, Florida State, and South Florida right here.
And then SMU.
Utah got a lot of hype this weekend.
yeah, when
Yeah.
they played UCLA, right?
I didn't watch
I
it.
think they won like 1,000,000 to nothing.
Georgia got a lot of hype for playing nobody too. They played this. Was it Bethune Cookman or
They
whatever?
played Marshall.
Marshall. Okay.
I had that game
No,
on for
someone
a
else
little
played
bit
the
because
thing.
I bet on Marshall. I think I don't know. I bet Georgia. I bet maybe an in-game line on that or something. So I watched it for a little bit and I was like, yeah, they're
I only watched 2 drives of Bryce Underwood, but part of me was like, God damn it. He
He looked pretty good.
yeah, for a true freshman in his first game, he looked like a dude that's gonna like.
He looked good in a uniform.
No, I mean like he was whipping it around. He could move in the pocket. Like he's gonna be a dangerous.
No, like he
one.
looked good.
I get it. Yes, he does. He's always
He looks good.
But sitting here right now, I would trade us having this potential season.
No doubt about
than
it.
like, whoa,
no doubt about it.
Bryce Underwood in year 3. Actually, Brian Kelly's year 7. Like,
I just
this
mean for Michigan to be able to like
for sure.
beat their chest a little bit. It kind of sucks that they have Bryce Underwood.
And
but-
Mike, you said yesterday that we're gonna get DJ Lagway next year. You heard it here first.
No, next year, let's enjoy this season. But next year, we're still going to have some dogs on the team. We're just not going to have a quarterback. I think you're going to
Will
go
we
in-
spend another 18 million next year? Is the question.
No,
I
but
mean,
you're going to
coming off a national
Coming off a
championship
national
appearance. Why the
championship.
fuck not?
you're going to
Coming
have
off a national
guys.
championship. I won't care.
Agree.
You may answer the question. Do you want me to answer it?
Yeah.
So
So
I
what
think,
I was gonna say,
I think we go into the portal for our quarterback. I don't know unless Colin Hurley can make a big jump, which there's still a possibility as a young dude. But I think you fill that gap between the 27 class that's full of studs, right?
Not Tristan Keys.
Nussmeier in the stands, by the way. Garrett Nussmeier was in the stands.
That's who was in the LSU shirt next to his dad.
Garrett Nussmeier's brother.
I love that.
The one next to his dad.
Yes.
Nussmeier's dad's like, I got my best navy blue shirt for this fucking game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of LSU players on the sideline for that game.
Very reminiscent of Burrow's dad in the stands.
Yeah.
There's a lot of full circle stuff happening here. But Nussmeier was in the stands. You got Elijah Haven, who's like, the Cam Newton out of Baton Rouge. You got the Pop Houston kid from Evangel. So you have your pick in 2027. So I think you're going to fill that gap with someone that can be the quarterback for like 2 years, for 26 and 27. And then you have a redshirt freshman stud. But it's going to be a transfer portal guy. You've got St. Clair, who is a 5-star quarterback with Julian Sand. Sand won that battle. So you have an Ohio State quarterback that's probably going to bounce. If they keep playing Ty Simpson, and DeBoer starts crumbling, Keelan Russell's going to bounce. If Florida crumbles this year, Lagway's going to bounce for his final season. So you could potentially have your pick of 3 elite quarterbacks after this year to fill a gap after a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback in a playoff run. I don't know. Let's worry about this season. But yes, I think if Florida crumbles, Lagway transfers
to Bama under Jimbo Fisher.
What else happened?
What else happened? I didn't really pay attention to Ole Miss, but they did put a whooping on nobody.
Whooping.
Tennessee's getting some hype. Texas Tech, of course, is getting some hype.
And we got
Beamer Bowl.
I think we saw enough of this first week to understand that the preseason rankings don't mean anything. Like there's a good shakeup of like, this is the top range, but we don't really know who's clear 1, who's clear 3, who's clear
and I don't know that we're gonna have that this season.
I think you're gonna start seeing the separation in October because the Big Ten, you got Oregon and Penn State playing each other like week 4, maybe. So that'll be a big one. Ohio State doesn't do much the rest of the year. So you're gonna just see them hang out at number 1 for a while.
The dynasty.
LSU is going to be hyped up pretty hardcore. You beat Florida, and obviously, if you're clean going into October, LSU is going to be the team to beat in the SEC.
Yeah, if you're coming home from Ole Miss undefeated, vibes will be through the roof nationally.
Go to Texas's schedule. Do they have a rebound?
I think they have a pretty easy couple weeks here.
Yeah, 3 straight.
At
weeks.
Florida, Oklahoma. Keep going down.
Who's the happen?
Keep going down. At Georgia, and then A&M, Oklahoma.
It's a tough schedule.
Yeah, they're going to lose another one.
I mean, look, again, I don't think that Arch is necessarily as bad as we saw, but it wasn't like, well, this dude's going to just go win them a bunch of games.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the schedule.
Yeah, Florida's schedule's crazy. At
that's
LSU,
insane.
at Miami, Texas,
And
at
South Florida
A&M,
just showed that they can play.
Georgia, at Kentucky, at Ole Miss.
That's crazy.
South Florida can play.
Their quarterback.
Wait, keep going down. They have Tennessee too, right? And Florida State. yeah, Lagway's gone.
Dude, this is a 6-6 schedule.
At best.
Yeah. Let them have it while they can. That was this one dude tweeted at me. That was
8-4.
That was the guy. No, the guy about Nussmeier being better than those guys. And at halftime, he was like, "Where you at?" Whatever. And I went back at him. He's like, "Talk to me when you beat Florida." I'm like, "Okay,
okay, I'll bookmark this.
See you soon. See you soon." It's nice, guys. This feels really good. This feels really good. Were we a little unhinged in the celebration? Yeah, it's the same feeling I had when we beat Bama in 22, where we shook this rock off our back. Now we get to settle in and watch a great season. We just wanted to be competitive. We wanted to be able to be in the conversation of making a playoff run. Right now, we are that team that has a chance to do that. It's 1 week at a time, but you showed such poise, resilience, execution, and discipline on the road against a very good team with everything stacked against you, a touchdown callback, light show in the middle of a play. Like turning off the lights while we're trying to call a play in the huddle is just absurd.
Also, when Nussmeier's trying to snap the ball, the giant screen in the end zone is like trying to give seizures with like tiger eyes.
They did everything possible. Ratting out Halsey, like everything that could possibly happen, and we overcame all of that shit. The moral arc, man, it bends to justice, and we got it.
Is this team going to win a national championship? Who knows? But we're going to have a fun college football season.
Could they?
100%.
Yes. And I did not know if I could say that or not a couple weeks ago.
There's no glaring deficiencies on this team where it's like, well, you just got to attack this, or like, oh, you can run the ball on them, or like, oh, they can't run the ball. It's like I don't know that any of that's there. Are we the best team ever assembled? Probably not.
No.
But this, again, I think that we are going to be everyone's hardest team on their schedule.
We deserved to be a bit unhinged after this win.
Absolutely.
Because of all
Fuck you, Reese Davis.
People have been piling on us week 1 the last 4 seasons.
The whole year.
Yes.
Like
every week.
Big
there's
Cat
somebody
had to give
like
Brian
the
Kelly credit.
expectations. The expectations, rightfully so, have been, a different level, but like, God, no respect.
How about T-Bob's rant? That was beautiful.
Wait. We're about to have Moscona's rant at 3:00 where he's going to absolutely,
and credit.
He's got a horse.
Credit to a lot of the people.
He's getting on a horse and stabbing an Alabama jersey. Yeah, okay. He's going all out.
That's
I watched Moscona. Yeah, he's now trying to be T-Bob.
He said if no, you know how he's been doing.
I watched like 2 minutes of his like walking around with the phone after the Bama game, and it was so cringy.
He's been doing the Bama's burning segments, and this week before Florida State beat him, he said if Florida State wins, he tweeted it. He's like, I will have a spear and an Indiana horse and all this stuff.
Yeah, and here's the thing. There's all these Bama people like, get over it. Like, this is so sad. It's like, no, motherfuckers.
No.
You guys pissed on us for a decade plus. And just, T-Bob said it best. There's nothing I can say that hasn't already been said. It's an amazing time of the season, guys. Enjoy every second of this week. Soak it in. Trash talk your ass off. Let's go beat the shit out of La Tech and get ready for Florida 1 week at a time.
Credit to all the national people who didn't just say like, oh yeah, LSU won 17-10. It was like, no, LSU fucking dominated.
Yeah, absolutely. Except for Pate. He came out the next day.
Yeah.
I do a show on this, right?
He was a little wishy-washy on LSU.
The show was kind of a very defensive, like, okay, fine.
Yeah. Don't
it's
come
like,
at
why
me.
are you so mad?
Only if you give me your picks.
But like any other season, this would have been like Pate material, like he would have been all over this team. But right now it's like, I have to sing my sad songs because LSU won. It's like, dude, get pumped.
Yeah.
This is great for football, dude.
I agree. I'm good.
I think what? Are we done?
There was one position, one thing real quick. I didn't write this down. Our punter had a 50-something yard punt late in the game when we needed it.
Chadwick's good.
He's going to be okay.
Special teams look good, man. PJ Woodland almost catches that ball on the goal line.
That one hurt.
But we're in the position.
They called a penalty on Jim Coyley for a hold
and he didn't think he held.
It wasn't a hold. You go back and watch it. It was on the fucking long snapper tripping in the middle of the field. And he just drove him to the ground. Like, we're going to return a punt.
I thought our special teams. Woodland being like, when's the last time we even had guys ready to field those kicks?
They're prepared.
Like, they just looked.
We thought of everything. We were prepared.
We thought of everything covering the punt.
It was great. All right, guys. Hour and a half in. Amazing week 1. Let's have a year.
Let's do it.
Over and out.
From your storefront cemetery, hear me hailing from inside and realize I am the touch clear. You ain't no ecstasy. You are all we might be. Up on the safe, I'm like the sun. My voice to now, savoring now, taking in the sea. One more day.